Greetings, friends. Steven here, and welcome back to another toy haul. I wasn't expecting to be recording one of these so quickly after the last one, which is actually, as of right now, uploading right now. Of course, that's in the past for you guys, but for me, it's the present. But yeah, we're back. I have some things to show off, and since I have the time for YouTube at the moment, let's get rolling. So once again, we've got some backdrop items of things I forgot to show off the last time. Either I didn't have them yet, or I forgot that they were, fresh items for me. So let's start with, actually, we'll just go from what's closest to what's furthest away. So I guess we'll show off this, once again, G1, quote-unquote, Generation 1 Ninja Turtles vehicle. It's, more or less like a, a sewer hot rod kind of thing. I think it's funny that, let me just move the camera down. You can see these front wheels don't even touch the ground because then the main gimmick is they would have a pull cord that would go in here and then you pull it and then it just zips away. But that is actually a wheel here that would spin once you pull the cord. But these ones really don't do anything. They're just there for show, really. So it was a bit dirty. I cleaned it up. It's still a bit dirty, but certainly better off than it was before. Neat item. A shame that I don't have the pull cord. Looks like there might even have been. Maybe it's the same thing for both sides. You can go either way. I've got a different one of these as well. It's not the same kind of vehicle, but same gimmick. So maybe there was at least two in the pull cord themed G1 Ninja Turtle vehicle lineup. So that's fun. I believe that was only a couple bucks. Next up, we have recent generations Autobot mini bot dude. This size class they don't even do anymore, which is unfortunate because these are some of the best figures. It's a great size, doesn't take up a lot of space, fun little transformation. This guy's a slightly questionable head sculpt. If we can get focus going, there he is. Looks kind of weird. Of course, the head is full of holes because Hasbro. But, this came out of a baggie. There was only, once again, a couple bucks. His arms were actually very loose. They're less loose now. I did the clear nail polish on the ball joints trick. For anyone that checked out that video I uploaded of our CatMax Hypecast discussion of Prometheus, the guy I was speaking with in that episode, Duke from the Retro Nonsense channel, actually uploaded a pretty good video about using like a floor polish on the same kind of ball joints to stiffen up arms and legs. So if you're curious about that, check out his video. But I use the clear nail polish because that's what I had. Because what I like about that is you get the it's like the little bottle and the top, and the top has a brush on it, so it's very easy to just apply that to the little ball pegs there. Just pop the arms off. See, this one is kind of still a bit loose, but it's definitely a lot tighter than it was. This one's pretty good. So, move that out of the way. This is neat. I picked this up at our local toy shop called Cherry Bomb Toys. Once again, G.I. Joe hype. More G.I. Joe figures have been revealed from the recent New York Toy Fair show, whatever. And Cherry Bomb had this. They've got a pretty decent selection of random G.I. Joe figures. Some open, some not. And this guy, I just thought looked really cool. Cobra Commander, but with like this different design. He's got like this skull mask on and this red body armor thing going. Thought that was pretty neat. This was like $17.50, which is, I guess it's a decent price. I mean, obviously it's still sealed, so that's pretty cool. You could say he's as new. So we'll see how much the new figures cost. I'm guessing in Canadian Moose bucks it'll be, I want to say 20, but I wouldn't be surprised if they charge more. But we'll see. And finally, I'm guessing this came from the same guy that donated that Mars Attacks figure that we saw in the last video. We have Tarzan, the Epic Adventures, Tarzan at the Earth's Core, Lord of the Jungle, Conqueror of Mars, which I guess are the different novels and comics of Tarzan at the time. This is Tarzan of Mars. Someone already did a review on a lot of these toys, so feel free to look those up. This I'll probably keep sealed It's not a great figure, but I kind of bought it just because it was like, what even is this? I must know more. $6 for a brand new sealed thing. I mean, obviously it's a bit squished, but it is still more or less sealed, so kind of cool. Some of these figures look pretty neat too. This four-armed bug guy there. Weird, wild stuff. You wouldn't think Tarzan, the jungle man, would be going through space, but who knows? And look, once again, Mighty Max styled mini playsets. Mighty Max must have been freaking huge, because I'm seeing a lot of random toy lines that have nothing to do with Mighty Max, but they did their own version of the Mighty Max mini playset. So, we are now currently looking at nothing, and once again the camera is focusing on nothing. So let's check out some fresh content. So this, once again, thrifting. We've got, actually, before we do this, spoiler, I guess. I got my first shipment from AliExpress today, which is pretty neat. They're kind of like the Chinese Amazon. I'm sure most people have heard of them already. This is like a bonus that came with what I'm about to show. This is a bunch of Autobot emblem stickers. I'll just leave that there. Most of this is still in baggies, so I haven't really had a chance to look over it yet, but what we've got here is a very, very big version of the Combiner Wars Defensor figure. These legs are a bit of a pain in the ass. Unfortunately, they're it's this whole double joint. He's got like 2 joints for his knees, so I was trying to fiddle with one, but these are, I have not done much with them yet, but basically we'll just leave them half transformed. Don't worry about it. That's not the toy. That's me just stopping the transformation halfway. Sorry, neighbors were just walking by making noise, so I figured I'd take the moment there to just put all of them out here, save a minute. So this is the main piece of the combiner, and we've got his 4 limb pieces as well. So these are bigger than the usual figure, and they've got better paint, and they have some die cast parts as well. Like, for example, his chest here, I believe, is a metal piece. So we got that guy, we got the ambulance guy, we got the stickers again. Baggie of guns and hands and feet and all that, which surprisingly, yeah, like these, they even painted the little feet, which is pretty neat, because I don't think the originals had that, because Hasbro doesn't want to pay for paint. But they'll still charge top dollar. So we got helicopter guy, I don't remember the names. Streetwise, I remember his name because the original G1 toy was based on the 300ZX, which is a car I used to own, which is a pretty cool car. And we got the assorted instructions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And please note that even though these are bootlegs, the instructions are in color, while the legit instructions were not in color. Okay, well, some of it's on color, but you get the idea. It's better paper too. Anyways, yeah, so that was all of those were like I think it was like $75 Canadian, which is ironically about the same as a single leader class figure is currently. I can dig one of those out actually as well, just so you get an idea of what we're talking about here. So I'll be right back once again. Okay, we're back again. So we have here, this is, I forget what they call them, but it's basically the redoing of the Transformers Cybertron Optimus Prime with his extra odds and ends to give him, like, you know, badass wings and the guns, which of course are now hollowed out because, of course, they'll charge top dollar, but God forbid they fill in these stupid gaps. But anyways, for the price of this one figure, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instructions, baggie of parts and all that for the same price. So makes it think. Yeah, pretty sweet deal. I'm looking forward to opening it up and filling with them. If anyone wants to see a video on that, let me know in the comments if you like. But there are already videos of this figure being looked over and transformed. So look for If you want to search for like KO Patron Saint or something, I know Ben's Collectibles or Ben's KO Lectables has done a video on them already. But yeah, cool figures, good price, good deal. Happy to have those in the collection. So let me once again pause and I will move these out of the way and we will check out some fresh thrift baggies. Okay, we're back again. So since we already saw, we might as well go here next. This is Tenchimuyo. If I can get a bit closer there once again. Focus always fighting me for some reason. What are you even focusing on? No one knows. Tenchimuyo Mahoshi Special Galaxy Police Mahoshi's Space Adventure by Pioneer. One of my favorite animes growing up. Of course, there was occasional nudity, so that didn't hurt. English dub version. This was $2, I believe. And look at this. It's still sealed. Why? Like, these weren't cheap. Like, this would have probably been like $50-$60 Canadian just alone. This one cassette VHS tape. And whoever bought this back in the day didn't even want to open it. They just kept it sealed this entire time and then they just gave it away. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with people. Maybe a nerd died. Who knows? But anyways, cool. I'm happy to add that to the collection. And thrift baggie, you know them, you love them. These ones are actually kind of expensive. $8. Ooh, these better be good. But I could see that there was already some neat figures in here. So whether or not they have all their arms and legs is another matter, but we'll actually get to that in just a moment. This is Beast Wars Transmetal 2 or 1 or 2, hard to say. I think in the last video I called them Trans Warp, or in the Strange Friend aka Transmutate video I called them Trans Warp instead of Transmetal. Whatever, I was going to leave an editor's note in the video, but I was like, nah, it's not worth the trouble. But yeah, this is Prowl, or is it Prowl 2? He's basically a, half robot owl. And I think, I mean, as you can see, they're always in weird positions, but he's got arms, both feet. Once again, at this point, after videos are shot, I usually just look up videos that people have already done on these, so I don't accidentally break things. I went over this in the last video, but I'm always worried I'll break something, especially with these translucent plastic parts. You gotta be careful with those. His head's probably in there somewhere, but if not, like, honestly, I have this figure already, but maybe this one's in better shape, maybe it isn't. But for $8, assuming there's only 2 things in here I want, but I'm sure there'll be more than that. But even if there was only $4, that's still a very good figure. Pretty good price for a pretty good figure. Like, pretty nice details. Like, got the shiny metallic parts here, translucent, cool paint, cool molding. Like, they weren't kidding around back then. They were thirsty for money. Nowadays, Hasbro is, they got it on easy street. They don't have to try, unfortunately. I mean, they still make cool figures that I want, and I actually have a picture to show at the end. But like, I keep going on about how they have figures full of gaps. Like, once again, we got, what is that, Wind Charger? Like this. This is not acceptable. Just because it looks okay from this angle does not mean they can slouch on all the other weird angles. Actually, that should be up there. Like that. Anytime there's like a huge painful hole in a body part like that, that always bugs me. And it always will bug me, and I'll always complain about it. Next up. What is going on here? Okay, so this is, I don't remember his name. It's a frog dude. Okay, so check this out. This is, remember in the last episode I was talking about the Beast Wars Alligator Megatron? Now this guy, once again, I knew in the baggie that he was probably going to be missing parts, but as you can see here, he does have his legs, which are actually what I want, because, here he is, just off camera here, ta-da, I have one already. So he's more or less complete, except, as you can see right here, this one leg is missing a foot. Which means, between the two of them, I can take this guy's foot and put it on this body, and then we'll have a complete, whatever his name is, frog guy, which is pretty cool. I love being able to complete a bot because someone else was a donor body. Very cool, very cool. So he doesn't really count. He already had him. In fact, you can see right here, this is a Ziploc baggie, including that Megatron. I'm still looking for that other Megatron, though. The other Megatron is very elusive. I got lots of containers around here. But this bag is full of parts. These were specific parts. So hopefully I can finish those. What do we got here? Is that some of Gundam Wing, maybe? So that's garbage. I don't know why they... like, this is cool because obviously I needed that foot. But like this will be thrown out or maybe donated, but why would anyone donate that? It's clearly missing most everything. And what is this? I don't even know. If you know, let me know in the comments, and I'll probably look it up. I don't know. A random robot dude. Maybe it's a McFarlane figure. Maybe it's from Halo. I don't know. It's got little ports in the back here. Kind of cool. I don't know what it is though, so I probably won't keep it. But, you know, once again, even if just those two figures were all I keep out of the baggie, I'm still okay with that. I'm happy to have that foot, and I'm happy to have another prowl. So those don't count. Move those off camera. Oh, excuse me. Had a Dr. Pepper beforehand. And I went to a lunch buffet. Ooh, $4.99. Toys to Life. Normally, I don't grab these because I've got more than enough. If I see a Skylander figure I don't have, I might grab one. But this, I grabbed specifically because there's an amiibo in there. Don't tell anyone because I don't need competition, but... what do we got in here? I forget anyone's name. I know Merida, though. Remember that scene from Wreck-It Ralph 2 when all the princesses are hanging out? And she talks and no one can understand what she's saying. And she's like, oh, she's from the other studio. That was funny. I like that part. Miss Elastic Woman? I don't know. That booty doll. I'm just saying. Yep, cool. This is the main event out of this baggie, though. Princess Peach amiibo from the Super Mario series. Very cool, very cool. I have one of these, but it's sealed. So, who knows, might even sell the sealed one for top dollar. Of course, your girl Rapunzel. Love me some Rapunzel. We got a couple more baggies. One big baggie, $4.99. I got there just when they were putting these out, so that's neat. So we got more Disney Infinity figures. We got Aladdin. We got Cowgirl. I've only really seen the first Toy Story. I've never really seen the other ones. A Stealth Elf. I've got several of this specific Stealth Elf from whichever Skylanders that was. Got a Groot. Did you know he is Groot? And, ooh, look at this. Look at this. Silver Metal Mario from the same Super Mario series of amiibo. Very cool. Might as well move the camera down because this is all short. And we have a Luigi from the same line as well. Pretty cool. $4.99 baggie. These baggies are kind of expensive compared to some of the other ones, but I mean, you don't leave this stuff behind. Is that it? How much did I spend for video cassette, 4 baggies, $26.83. God damn. But I did have a gift card for $2 off as well, so that's cool. And finally, $6. What am I doing? So now that AliExpress and I are best friends, they sent me an email that apparently they sell smartphones, and there's like this new smartphone from India that looks pretty neat, and I kind of want to spend $200 on it, and maybe I'll do that. We'll see, but you know, one video at a time. So that's I don't know. I'm guessing that's from. Ooh. I'm guessing that's from McFarlane, one of the Spawn Valkyrie characters, maybe? I don't know, it's been a minute. Whap. Yeah, it looks like Spawn design there. And this guy, this is why I picked this bag up, because I think This guy is from Small Soldiers. He's one of the weird monster guys who's actually a good guy, but these actual soldiers think they're bad guys. And that's a pretty sizable figure. Very neat. Wow. We're inclusive here. Look at the face. He almost reminds me of the Max from The Max. Remember The Max? That was a cool show. It really should have had more seasons than one, though, because kind of ends on a cliffhanger back when they did those MTV cartoons, which were cool cartoons. Neat. And we're almost done, actually. This video is already 20 minutes in, so just real quick, this is $6. It's a baggie, and what I believe it is a Micro Machines playset. There's no easy way to show it off, but just take my word for it. It's a big plastic baggie with a bunch of Micro Machine. It's like almost kind of like a G.I. Joe command center, but obviously smaller for Micro Machines. And that's I don't have space for it, but I will fiddle with it happily, and maybe I'll keep it, maybe I won't. Probably keep it. I was thinking the Transformers once again, there's a smaller line of Micromasters, they're called, and maybe they might scale quite nicely with that playset. We will see. Anyways, any other crap I want to show off? Nope. Okay. We'll leave the camera where it is, and we'll just show off a couple quick things. So, stuff I thought was neat, but I didn't buy. We're going to start off with Earthrise. Finally, the Earthrise Transformers line is starting to show up locally, and they had those two figures. There's Grapple and Astro Train. Astro Train is cheating because he was in Siege as well, which was last year's line. So they just repackaged him. But I do like the box art on it with the space shuttle on the side. And then some of the Micromasters I mentioned a moment ago. And that was all they had. But of course, it is Wave 1. So eventually, all of those figures will be there. And we'll be sick of them. But for today, they're brand new and overpriced. So I will definitely be waiting for a sale if I even pick those up at all. We have, there's a Matchbox car I saw at Walmart. Looked pretty cool. It was a 240Z. Pretty nice looking paint job, but expensive. Everything is so goddamn expensive. It's like $750 or something for a single Matchbox. Granted, the paint was nice, nicely detailed, but I don't know about that price. That's why I'm only showing a picture and not the actual vehicle in person. And finally, this might be trickier to show pictures of, but we'll see what Steven of the Future edits in. But I was looking at the Lanyard toy line, which apparently is exclusive to America or USA Walmarts, which means we don't have them in Canada here, unfortunately. But they're kind of like the GoBots version of G.I. Joe's. So they've got the core, and they also have a line of Alien figures, which is pretty neat. So I'll let in whatever pictures I have of those, and they just look neat. But unfortunately, we don't have access to them in Canada, and I do see that they are available on Amazon.com, and I can order them in, but then you got to deal with the exchange rates and shipping costs, and they're kind of like budget toys, which is good for Americans, but for Canadians, that budget disappears because adding in the extra shipping costs and exchange rates, it's probably not worth it. But, you know, if nothing else, there are neat things to look at, and maybe I'll order something, but I probably won't, but maybe. You never know. And that's about it. Okay, so there you go. Another 25-minute video. These things take a while to render. Like, I barely do any editing, let's be real. I might throw in a nice fade in, fade out, maybe a wee bit of pictures cut in, but otherwise, there's not a lot of editing happening here. I'm afraid to use music because of YouTube. Hating on anyone using any kind of music tracks. So unfortunately, that's why we haven't had much background music at all. But, you know, it is what it is. YouTube is, it is what it is, you know. What can you do? But, yeah, what can you do? So, there you go. More toys, more crap. This guy's cool. That guy's cool. Glad to have a complete frog guy. That's amazing. I can't believe that exists. It's stupid. I'm never going to watch it. I'm not going to open it, but it's cool to have a freaking Tenchimu VHS that's sealed in. Of course, it's great to have more random amiibos and more Toys to Life figures. Blah, 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 yakety schmackety. Everyone, thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe to the CatMax Gaming YouTube channel, where there will be mostly toys and not gaming. Maybe I'll get into live streaming again, but I wouldn't count on it. Let's be real, it's hard. But I'm enjoying fiddling with toys, if nothing else. It's easy. You don't have to worry about capturing footage. It's just my hand and, you know, a table. It's easy. Easy stuff. All right, everyone, thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time.